many of us fantasize about giving up the day job, escaping the rat race and following our dreams. For thousands each year, that means opening our very own hotel or B&B.
We saw this view and we were like, wow, this is what we want to slice up.
At home and abroad, brave Brits are throwing themselves in at the deep end.
This is our guest cave house.
This was a nursing home.
I just want everybody to feel like a princess in a castle.
I've worked in hotels for over 20 years, but this is the story of 6 brand new hoteliers. This time, a couple try to hand-build themselves a new life.
I'm doing stuff that I know best from watching other people's YouTube videos. Straw pieces falling out, and it's not the nicest.
In one of the Med's most popular holiday hotspots. But their timing couldn't be much worse.
As of yesterday, Turkey is in a state of national emergency.
Turkey, cheap, cheerful and invariably sunny. Not surprisingly, it's one of the Brits' favourite holiday destinations.
How are you doing?
Good, good.
With 40 million tourists pouring into the country each year, 45-year-olds Jason and Siram Noble think it could be the perfect location for them to start a new life and business.
One January morning in grey Southampton, we woke up and thought, you know what, we've had enough of England and we wanted to get away from the kind of jobs we had. We don't want to just get old and grumpy, or older and grumpier.
Yeah.
After 20 years in the UK, the university lecturer and housing officer have jacked in their jobs, sold their house and are moving to a hilltop an hour south of Izmir to start up their own hotel.
Okay. 47.5.
Yep.
Good? Happy?
Mm-hmm.
Look, it doesn't matter if it's half a centimetre out, that's fine.
Yep.
It's a pretty common dream in the UK to think, let's escape to somewhere sunny. You know. We just thought, I don't want to just hang on to that and let it be a dream for 20 more years of working. Let's run away and do it now. I think that's for the drain under the vanity, isn't it?
Tall one is the toilet.
Oh, sorry, no, it's the toilet, of course. Vanity's
That's
over there.
the toilet, and the other one is the drain on the floor.
Drain on the floor, yeah, good.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Turkish-born Siram knows the language, but they've never done anything more ambitious than a bit of home DIY. And they're intending to actually build the hotel themselves.
So, here we are. This is just a little nook around the side, the back of the shower, and we'll put a little, you know, a single brick on the end. We should print out some proper plans off the computer.
Most tourists flock to Turkey for its bargain beach and booze resorts, like Bodrum and Marmaris. But Jason and Siram want to offer something different.
I think we're hoping to get the kind of people who want to get off the beaten track a little bit,
Yeah.
see the real Turkey.
The
see
village
some,
life.
Yeah, stay in a real village, eat local food, go and see some archaeological sites. You know, we hope there's a market for that.
They've drawn up their own design and hired professionals to lay the concrete foundations. The rest is all down to them.
This is really important, you know, so we have to get it right. Is there room to put a toilet there?
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Looks like it. Let's see.
Are you touching the wall?
I'm not touching. You be the wall.
Wall.
I'm all right. I feel comfortable.
Move around.
As well as cheap holidays, Turkey also has cheap property. The couple were able to buy a 1-acre olive grove on the outskirts of a rural village for just £30,000, including a small house at the bottom of the hill for them to live in while they build. They've budgeted £120,000 to create a 4-bed hotel and new home surrounding a pool. Stage 1 will be 2 good-sized guest rooms with an attached breakfast cafe. Not content with building it from scratch, they're embracing the green dream and using straw bales, despite the country's forest fire risks. They want to open the first building in August to tap into Turkey's busy summer season.
I'm just going to have a look. Oh,
Nope.
no.
No, you're not doing it.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? Yeah.
Charging £55 per room should bring them an annual income of £20,000, which they hope will help fund the next buildings, if that is, they can build the first one.
It's promising.
Testing.
Sounds a bit rattly there.
They'll be learning how to do everything on the job.
The amount we mixed up just now, we need to do that maybe 1,000 or 2,000 times to do the whole house. You know, we need 3 coats. This is another one of the many jobs we have to teach ourselves in order to finish the build, and we learn a lot of it from watching videos on the internet.
You've got to admire their handmade hippie idealism, but surely anyone would be forgiven for thinking Jason and Siram are completely off their rockers.
The thought of building the whole thing on our own, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but crunch time is upon us, so unless we finish it, it's a total financial disaster. The bravery of it is slowly dawning on me. So, are you okay with that?
Yeah.
University lecturer and housing officer Jason and Siram Noble have chucked in their jobs in Southampton and are hoping to tap into Turkey's reputation as a bargain holiday destination.
So if you want to go over there, take it out.
Despite never having made much more than flat-pack furniture, they're building their own 4-bedroom hotel out of straw bales.
We spent the money on getting the pros to lay a nice concrete slab foundation and to do the pool. And now that's done, we have to push on from this point. We kind of shake hands and say goodbye, and now it's over to us. You know, we have to do the rest of it. So it feels like a bit of a marker. We don't have a huge budget, so we have to do it ourselves.
With 5 months until their scheduled August opening, one feature is already ready.
The pool is really the heart of the hotel that we want to build. So seeing it working for the first time is, you know, it's an emotional day for us. Plus, you know, it's getting warmer. We would like to swim in it ourselves. This is the first time that anyone has ever gone in the pool. Okay, moment of truth.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well done.
Jason and Siram have spent £30,000 on the land, including a small house to live in. £50,000 so far has gone into the concrete foundations and pool.
Not bad for February. Couldn't do that in England. You should try, yeah.
I'm not going to.
It leaves them just £70,000 to complete the project.
Now we just need rooms to put people in, and we have a hotel. Yeah.
But before they've even laid their first straw bale, the dream is looking fragile.
Turkey has been shattered by a series of terrorist attacks.
Deserted streets and empty cafes, far from the usual tourist bustle of Turkey's cultural capital.
When you're in the process of building a hotel that you hope to open in a few months, can't help but be worried about the sort of headlines we're reading at the moment.
Although the terrorist attacks are on the other side of the country, tourist numbers all over are plummeting.
I'm not worried about the guests being happy once we're done. I think I'm just worried about how do we get guests to come here. I'm not at all nervous about people liking the place once they're here. I think we'll do a good job of that.
Yeah.
I think it's much more how do we get them here to enjoy it. Sorry, what should we push?
This one.
Hang on a sec.
2 months into the build, the timber frame is almost complete.
Where are we starting first?
I think,
You're doing this one first? Or?
well, maybe that one.
Today they begin adding the beams.
Really heavy, so we'll have backaches probably tonight for the rest of the week probably.
It hasn't taken them long to realise that their plan to build the house with just the two of them was bonkers.
We would be lost. I mean, we would get it done slowly, but big jobs like this, I don't know how the two of us would manage.
Shall we?
Spiral?
No, manca.
They've hired an extra pair of hands in the form of local handyman Korai.
A lot of it is work where you don't want to be doing it on your own. You know, you're up high, you want someone to pass things up to you, or, you know, catch you when you fall off or whatever.
How about the router thing?
10mm wood drill.
On millimeter.
It's an extra strain on their budget, but a necessary one.
I'm doing stuff that I know best from watching other people's YouTube videos. So part of me knows what to do, but there's also lots to discover the hard way.
They're managing it okay, so I'm quite impressed with my workforce.
Okay.
Little bit off here, but not much. I think it moved that way a tiny bit, bitters.
Getting this part of the build right, it is quite important. Those beams, they are going to be holding the most of the weight of the roof. So the roof, you know, they will have very heavy tiles.
It looks a tiny bit off, but we'll make it work. Don't worry.
If this is not right, the rest of the building won't be safe.
Oh, well done.
This is a proper building site. Lots of hazards everywhere.
Yeah, with 1,000 ways to die. Yeah.
Keeping everyone safe on site is an important responsibility, one they're not taking lightly.
Do it right, or there's a safety issue. You've got big, heavy pieces of timber sticking 2, 3, 4 meters in the air. You don't want anything to fall on somebody.
I've had a lot of sleepless nights recently. It makes me nervous that if one of us gets injured, I think it would completely stop for a while. And we have very limited money, so we are counting the pennies.
Although Turkey is famous for its bargain beach holidays, Jason and Siram want to offer something more authentic. And there's already a market for it. They're visiting some competitors in the nearby historic Ottoman town of Şirince to check out some holiday cottages. Before the terrorism scare, they had a healthy 65% occupancy.
Wow, that's fantastic. Oh, wow, look at that fireplace. Wow, oh my God, come in, come in.
Look at the door.
Look at the rock.
To coin a phrase, they're wowed.
This is, wow. Oh, wow.
Wow, look at the bed.
Look at that ceiling.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Prices vary from around £120 to £205 per night, including breakfast.
Yeah, look at this sober dish.
Jenna, look at this.
No.
Oh, nice.
In the rooms.
I'm running out of nice adjectives.
Yeah. Wow.
Ah, that's so impressive. Come on, a bathroom with a fireplace in it. Toilet with a bookshelf. That's really, I could be very happy here.
Yes. You need a computer table as well in front of them.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
The cottages are owned by Englishwoman Charlotte and her Turkish husband Omar, who have 11 years' experience in the Turkish holiday business.
It's a bit of a delicate subject, but have events in the news lately been bad for business? So you'd have to think maybe guest numbers are down.
Yes, definitely.
Any particular nationality more nervous about coming to Turkey lately?
Anyone who's got a government warning, so that would be the Americans, the Canadians, the Australians,
Right.
And I don't know if Britain has a warning out there, but the Brits...
I think they do at the moment. Maybe the usual Foreign Office, you know, exercise
no, they're
caution or
very,
something.
very low this year for
Yeah.
us, sadly, but
Ah,
hopefully
that's
they'll come back.
If and when they do, Jason and Siram will need to be ready.
As people who've never really run a hotel before in any sense, what will be the things we wish someone had told us? What are the
We made a very elaborate menu of things that I could make.
Yep.
And the first people I presented this menu to, of course, they ordered completely separate things.
Right.
All of them, which you would, as you would normally.
Yes.
And this was at breakfast, luckily. But the entire day, I basically made 5 separate main courses.
Of course.
And so that menu was out the window.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
definitely go for simplicity. And I try to choose things that
Yes.
are very Turkish.
Yes.
People want to try Turkish things.
What would be your top tip for us?
Just be yourself, because if you're actually presenting something you believe in, which I'm sure that you are, I'm sure it'll go very well. Just relax and be yourself.
It's been really useful. Charlotte and Omar seem to feel the most important thing is just, you know,
yourselves.
yeah,
Be
build
ourselves,
a place that you would want to stay in,
Exactly.
and then trust that some other people will feel the same way and will eventually find it. And I think that's a lovely thought.
It is a lovely thought, but maybe a bit of a hippy-dippy one. Building a successful hotel needs a good dollop of hard-headed business sense. I hope Jason and Siram don't get so caught up in the building of their dream that they forget to sell it to the rest of us.
Jason, which colour do you want here?
How many do I get to
That corner.
choose? Just one?
Yeah,
Red.
red.
Yeah.
Okay.
I picked a random colour. I mean, they're all nice. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Sounds like it. He doesn't care.
Come June, they've still got no walls. Not that they seem that worried.
The bales should arrive today, 400, 450, depending on how many they can squeeze on their gigantic trailer. I'm still dubious about whether it's going to make it up the driveway, but they insist that their tractor is strong enough, so we will see.
Each bale costs 9 lira, just over £2.
Oh, come on. You were warned. I don't think that's 500 bales. It's too small. That looks like about 200 to me, tops. They're desperately trying to get them up the drive. I'm not thrilled at this performance because I have to fix the driveway after they've finished. They're tearing it to bits. Oh, yeah, there's a bit over there you missed, mate. Let's that up too.
Bilmediğin için boşa konuşuyorsun.
Sen o gün bana dedin her
Bak
yere
güzel
çıkıyoruz,
ablacığım.
bilmem
Bak
ne, o kadar
ablacığım bak
tuttum
ben
ama
anlatamıyorum galiba. Ben Türkçe konuşuyorum, sen de Türkçe konuşuyorsun.
Ben de Türkçe konuşuyorum.
Bu traktörle hiçbir zaman mikser kamyonu beraber tutma. Mikser kamyonun lastikleri düz.
I think the debate is largely around the capabilities of different vehicles. And I think Siram is telling them they should have brought something more powerful, and I think they're protesting that this was the best option. You know, everybody else got up here.
Bana insan gibi yaklaş. Sen
Ben
yolun
ne yapıyorum sana?
Yolu ya bu yol bozulur, kepçe gelecek şimdi yapar.
I suppose I should feel frustrated that my language skills aren't good enough to get in on this argument, but actually I'm quite happy to skip it. I think they need to go back to their boss and say,
No, I spoke to the boss.
oh, just now,
Yeah, as well.
on the phone.
The boss, they hang up on me. It is the last stop, so if they can't do this, I don't know what they will do.
Yeah, they got up the driveway eventually. That's nice. Pretty sure that's only about 200 bales. I had a quick count. You know, so we have another one like this coming maybe tomorrow. I think I know who's filling in the holes in the driveway, you know. But yeah, this is good. At least it's here. You all right?
I'll take this.
You sure?
Now, Jason and Siram just need to figure out how to use them.
Okay, so in theory that's what, 15 centimeters off the end? And that is about 5 and 5. Okay, good. So the trick is to cut little notches in the edge of the bale so you can snug it up into the right place. The only sensible way to do that is with a chainsaw.
I'm not looking forward to chainsaw action. I think it's the scariest tool we've ever owned.
Oh,
so.
it's not. We have hundreds of things that would kill you easier than this. Looks like it might be enough. What do you reckon?
Sure. Hey. Done?
Done.
One down, 499 to go.
We got 6 bales down pretty quickly, really. A lot faster than if we were doing brickwork. That's cool.
And before long, the straw bale virgins have the beginnings of a hotel room.
This is our first straw wall. I assume some of our later ones will maybe get a bit straighter. You can fix a lot of sins with plaster, we hope.
It may look more like a stable right now, but it's very welcome progress.
It's quite exciting, you know, all this concrete, you know, unfriendly look is turning into beautiful straw bale and wooden buildings, so it's very satisfying.
Former university lecturer and housing officer Jason and Siram Noble have embarked upon a very different new life.
You know that your life has changed when you walk out the front gate and you see a camel walking down the street or something. It's, you know, this is not Southampton.
They've upped stakes, bought an olive grove on the edge of a rural Turkish village, and are hand building their own hotel.
That's going to be my meal for the rest of the week probably. So yeah, you can't get any fresher than this. It's a world away from my life in England. We used to buy all the milk from our local Tesco's or Sainsbury's.
England seems a long way away, as does their original schedule.
I think it's about 10 to 10. Probably time to pack up. I think the people in the village think we're crazy. They can hear, you know, banging and lights and sparks from up on the hill every night, and they probably think we're nuts. But it's what we've got to do to get the thing finished, really, or we won't get there in time for the end of August.
Despite adding their helper Koray's wife, Bejin, to the workforce, there's now a real risk they'll miss out on the summer season altogether.
Now we are packing up and we're just going to go home and have a sleep and then get up in the at 6:30 and be here at 7 o'clock. So yeah, long hours.
Several hundred bales later, they're beginning to fall out of love with their eco-friendly building material.
Tangled probably.
Oh.
It's unfortunate. Oh, and again.
Yeah, I shouldn't have listened to you.
That is really unlucky to get so many.
Yeah, it never happened to me when I did it on my own.
Really?
Oh well.
That's nice for you. Working with this partial bales, you get lots of bits of crap and dust and straw pieces falling out, and it's not the nicest, it's not the most fun part. You know, we're hanging on to how good they are as insulators to keep us believing in them.
At the height of summer, temperatures in this part of Turkey can approach 40 degrees. Combined with the dry environment, it can spell danger.
Oh no, it's probably some idiot burning leaves.
Oh, look, that house has German owners, I think.
So they're not home?
Yeah, the wind is not good.
Yeah, it's a horrible day for fires. Oh dear. I think somebody's garden waste fire looks like it got out of control on the other side of the hill, but the trouble is it's dry grass and olive trees behind, and it's hot weather and windy, so it's really, oh dear, yeah, flaring up a lot.
Jason and Siram's hotel is in a uniquely precarious state.
Speaking selfishly, it makes us nervous because we've got so much straw and timber exposed at the moment. I'll feel better once the tiles are on, once the plaster is on, but right now, I'm glad it's on that side of the valley.
The sooner the straw is covered, the better.
But yeah. This is the absolute first trowel of plaster to go on the walls. Maybe too slushy. We'll see.
It's the first of 3 coats they'll have to do, inside and out.
It's a bit depressing when half of it falls off. One of the ways people do it is flicking, you know, just literally doing that. And that's, you know, it's there. I'm not sure if I trust it to stay there.
But without warning, Jason and Siram's rush to be open in August is rendered futile.
Just across the street from the president, clearing up after a ferocious battle.
On top of the terrorist attacks, there has now been an attempted military coup.
As of yesterday, Turkey is in a state of national emergency in response to the attempted coup. When you're in the process of
the coup attempt soon fails, and even though the trouble is in another part of the country, Turkish tourist numbers drop through the floor.
So this looks quiet, I think. Wouldn't you say, Jenna?
I think so. Last year, this time, we were here.
Yeah.
Picking up someone. It was just
It was a lot more crowded than this. Yeah, numbers are definitely
a lot
down.
of people.
Lütfen geçin.
Built in the 10th century BC, the ancient Greek city of Ephesus usually draws 2 million visitors a year.
One of the most famous ancient sites in Turkey. It's a huge attraction in this part of the country, and I hope one of the reasons people will want to come and stay with us. We're about half an hour away from here.
For centuries, tourists have visited the archaeological treasure, once home to the Temple of Artemis, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world.
Sad, really.
Yeah, very sad.
Wow.
Wow. Each time I come here, I have the same, you know,
it never
has
gets old.
the wow effect.
There's clearly little point in still racing to open in August.
I guess people have been coming here for like 2,500 years as tourists, so we hope they will continue to come for at least a few more decades. There's political ups and downs, and tourism goes in cycles, but you look at a place like this and it reminds you to take the long view.
While Turkish tourism recovers, Jason and Siram will have to dip into their build budget to survive.
So far, are you happy with our decision to come to Turkey?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I know it sounds pretty crazy given what's happening in the country at the moment, but
hopefully that will change.
Yeah, these things never last forever. If I knew what was going to happen, I wouldn't change my mind. I'm glad we're here. I know lots of people would probably think that we've moved to Turkey at like the worst possible time in history, but you look at this beach, this bay, the mountains, the islands, you think, you know, people have been coming here for thousands of years because it's beautiful. It's important to focus on the good stuff.
Exactly, yeah.
Come November, Jason and Siram have decided to delay the hotel's opening date by 6 months. Not that it's meant they could take their foot off the gas.
Last couple of months, I think they've been the hardest months of my life. We've been really, getting stressed and trying to finish, because it's been 8-9 months since we started building this. So, yeah, it's been hard. Yeah.
Last couple of months, working very hard, long days. At the moment we're on, apart from selling the occasional fig and olive, we're on zero income. That's the hard part.
We've had lots of ups and downs, it's, I think, literally blood, sweat and tears. We're kind of racing against time now. And the other thing was the Brexit. Our money is still in Britain, and whenever we need more money, we just transfer over. So, since June, it was hard to, it was really hard to watch our money kind of disappearing, because after Brexit, the pound just plummeted.
Jasmine, it's not for you. It is not your chair.
Given their dwindling resources, Jason and Siram must be proactive getting guests, and they need to do so ahead of opening.
That blanket belongs down there? Surely not. Yeah?
Today they have a great chance. A Turkish newspaper is visiting.
These are really nice.
Yeah.
Because we're after local business as well as international tourists, it's really important that we put on a good show for the journalists coming today, so they can get some good pictures that show what we're really aiming at. It's like a World War I stretcher.
Attracting Turkish holidaymakers is vital, given the missing overseas visitors.
That's going to take you all day.
That was much quicker. Released into its natural habitat.
So they're throwing all they've got into impressing the paper.
They'll be here in a couple of hours, so it's sort of against the clock to get everything looking as nice as possible.
We won't get a second chance, really, so, yeah, better make it count.
It's November in Turkey. Terrorism and an attempted coup mean overseas tourist numbers have nosedived. But today, Jason and Siram have an opportunity to attract tourists to their hotel from within Turkey itself.
We have a journalist coming from a local paper. They came here about a couple of months ago and they took some photos and they said they're going to come back so they can take more photos. So he's coming today. It's quite important for us because more people in the area will hear about us, and hopefully, we will get some custom from them.
Dünyanın gözü bu çiftin üzerinde. Dedik.
Çok güzel.
We're very lucky.
They say the world's eye on this couple, so that's a nice heading, isn't it?
No pressure.
Oh, no pressure. Çok güzel. Güzel olmuş mu?
Gayet güzel olmuş.
He's seen last. He couldn't believe that, we've done this much in a very short space of time. He thinks that we will have a lot of customers.
And the journalist thinks the currently kitchenless cafe area could be a money spinner in its own right.
He asked first whether this will be open for meals, because he said for families or for couples, there's no place in Germancik to go and have a nice meal.
Çok sağ ol.
Hadi bakalım gel. Köpekten korkuyorum.
really good news. The journalist is impressed with how it's going, and he took some pictures of it looking nice. But he also told us that we got picked up by some national newspapers, which is fantastic. Turks do a lot of tourism inside Turkey. You know, it'd be very common for somebody from Istanbul to come down to the Aegean region down here and for a summer getaway or something when Istanbul's hot and sweaty and they want to escape. So it's fantastic to get publicity around the country like that.
In March, 6 months later than originally planned, they're ready to open and have invited their first guest.
So we are off to the ancient Greek city of Magnesia. It's about 7 kilometers away. Our guest, as part of his research on the area, is having a look around the ruins, and we're going to pick him up.
Jason and Siram's guinea pig is a British writer with a special interest in Turkey's archaeological sites. Exactly the kind of clientele they've been hoping for.
This is the big milestone, isn't it? It's the first time somebody who is not friends, not family, completely a stranger to us, will be sleeping in one of the rooms, and that's huge.
You must be Terry.
I am. Mr. Jason, yeah. Good to meet you, yeah. So you said your place is over
Yeah,
over
about
there
7 k's as the crow flies.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to getting there, yeah?
Yeah, well, cheers. Let's go and have a look. Thanks.
Okay, cheers.
After 12 months of building on their Turkish hillside, Jason and Siram at last have something to show off. Stage 1 of the newly christened Ionia guest house has risen up from the dust.
So, here we go. Come in.
The bedrooms have gone from glorified haystacks to comfortable, rustic but stylish suites that belie their homemade roots.
Didn't want to do any overhead lights, it's all wall lights to make it a bit softer and friendly.
There's a lot of good natural light even in winter time.
Yeah, been really pleased with that.
This part of the world.
Yes, it just comes streaming in. Have a look at the bathroom. We worked so hard on the bathroom, we need you to see it.
Anyone would be forgiven for writing Jason and Siram off as naive dreamers. But the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
I think watching him, his expressions, I think he liked it.
Yeah, this is a nice feature as well, yeah.
From little more than wood, straw and plaster, the rookie builders have managed to create a hotel in harmony with its setting, with views to die for.
Janem, should we start on the sucuk and egg?
Not yet.
The next morning is their chance to make their first guest stay really memorable.
Breakfast is very important to us, and it's very big in Turkish culture as well.
We're just doing like a scrambled egg thing, right?
Yeah, do it with lots of butter.
A traditional Turkish breakfast is a belly-busting feast.
If we give him a really nice big breakfast now, we hope he will go away with lots of happy memories. I guess we could give him some figs for breakfast as well.
Yes.
Why not? Throw a couple on a little saucer.
I had a perfect night's sleep. I think the straw bale definitely does work. I didn't really hear any noise, and I'd intended to get up quite early, take some photographs around about sunrise, but unfortunately, because I slept so well, I didn't quite manage it.
Without their hotel kitchen, the couple must prepare breakfast in their house at the foot of the hill.
Janem, the coffee is done and off. The eggs are done and off. You could give the eggs a flash of heat beforehand, right? But I'll be right back. I think I have to just take it up one at a time. Good morning. Hope we haven't kept you waiting too long.
Yeah, no, not at all. Fantastic.
Part one.
All the way up the hill too.
I know, we thought about putting it in the car, but I'm not confident we wouldn't spill it. I'll go back for round 2. Desperately need a bigger tray.
It's your fitness program.
Yeah.
Running up that hill.
Absolutely.
Mocker man as well.
I should get you a plate so you could get started before it gets cold. Savannah will shout at me because no doubt she had something fancier in mind. But just
great, yeah.
Shame not to eat it while it's hot.
Is there a fork?
I'm just collecting that.
Brilliant.
There we go. Bread's on its way. I'll be right back with the rest.
Local olive oil, is it?
It's ours.
That's yours.
Olives are ours as
Hand
well.
pressed.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Well, there was a machine.
Fortunately, their first guest seems a laid-back soul, and despite the rather chaotic breakfast service, Jason and Siram's straw hotel seems to have ticked all the right boxes.
It really is a beautiful location. You feel like you're staying somewhere that's, unique and out of the ordinary. It's not just an ordinary room. It's simple, but it's stylish. It's rustic, but not too over the top. I think it's going to appeal to people who want to get away from it all.
It's taken more than a year and cost them £90,000 so far. They'll now need the income from guests booking the rooms to fund further buildings. It might take a while, but given their complete lack of experience, what they've achieved so far is pretty amazing. They really have created a hotel out of nothing.
As tired as we are, we're very happy. You get a lot of scepticism early on, certainly from locals. What? You're going to build a hotel here out of straw? You idiots. What will give us the strength and optimism to keep going is, I guess, the fact that we've got this as a concrete reminder that, we can do it. We can build a hotel. We've got one now. We just need to build a bigger one. As long as we've got some money trickling in from people staying in these rooms at least some of the time, that helps keep the project alive.
Exactly.
We clearly need a kitchen much closer than the farmhouse kitchen because it's going to get very old very quickly, dragging breakfast all the way up that driveway. So we've got to get the other kitchen sorted. And I guess it heralds probably a year or so of juggling the 2 roles, both being builder and hotel manager or whatever. Well, assistant to the manager.
Assistant to the manager. Are you finally accepting your assistant?
Yeah.
I absolutely hope it's a DIY.
The only thing I used to do with my fingers was click the mouse on the computer,
We saw this view when we came to France and we were like, wow, this is what we want a slice of. No, watch out! The money's hemorrhaging out.
I'm a bit nervous now.
There are days where I curse it.
It's a case of sink or swim.